Detective Jack Leon was frustrated. Usually, murders were straightforward affairs. If there is a motive, generally, it's hate, lust, love, money, or jealousy, or all five in some cases. Jack knew that the case that he had been assigned to 4 nights ago was about jealousy, but Jack just couldn't connect the dots. Here are the facts of the case. 4 days ago, Jonathan Williams was made a partner at his law firm. That same night, he was found murdered in his home. He had been shot in the back of the head, execution style. His wife, Sarah, found him after returning home from her book club. Jack had checked her alibi, and she was with the book club all evening. Also, by everyone's account, after 22 years together, Jonathan and Sarah had a stable marriage, and they were a happy couple. The killer had broken into the house through a window in the basement. They smashed it and climbed in. Nothing in the house appeared to be stolen.
A professional hit. The killer broke in, got Jonathan to his knees, shot him, and then walked calmly out of the house.
Jack thought. 2 hours after Jonathan's dead body was found, the police were called to an apartment that was about 6 miles from Jonathan's house. Neighbors had reported hearing a single gunshot. Inside the apartment where the shot came from, the responding officers found the dead body of 27-year-old Jared Reeves.
The dead body of 27-year-old Jared Reeves.
He had died from an apparent suicide. He had shot himself in the right side of the head. His hands were checked, and there was gunpowder residue on his right hand. Jared's fingerprints were run through the system, and they were matched to some prints found in Jonathan Williams's house. Ballistic tests were done, and it was revealed that the gun found in Jared's hand was the same gun that was used to kill Jonathan.
Therefore, Jared killed Jonathan.
Jack thought. It all seems so simple, but
none of this makes any sense. Why would Jared kill Jonathan? Besides the gun and the fingerprints, nothing connected Jared and Jonathan.
By all accounts, Jonathan was a kind and hardworking family man who did volunteer work in his community. Jared, on the other hand, had been in and out of prison since he was 16. He had been convicted of assault a couple of times, and then the rest of his convictions were for robbery. Since Jonathan was a lawyer and Jared was a criminal, Jack thought that they may have connected through the legal system somewhere. But Jack learned that Jonathan was a patent lawyer, and his firm had never had any contact with Reeves. Out of all the homes in the city, why would Reeves choose to break into Jonathan Williams's house? Why did Jared shoot Jonathan execution style, steal nothing, then drive home and shoot himself? If anything, it seemed like a professional hit, but it didn't seem likely that a hitman would kill himself after finishing a job. Had the murder weapon not been found in the hand of Jared Reeves, who supposedly killed himself with the murder weapon, then Jack would have a completely different suspect. His name was Alan Brown. He was another lawyer at Jonathan's law firm. He really wanted to be made partner, but he had been passed over yet again in favor of Jonathan. Jack had talked to several people at the law firm, and all of them stated that Alan was furious about the decision.
Alan most likely hired Jared to kill Jonathan.
Jack thought.
Then Alan murdered Jared and disguised it as a suicide. This would have benefited Alan in several ways. The first is that it would have silenced Jared. Also, Alan didn't have to pay Jared for killing Jonathan because he was dead. Finally, he gave me a suspect.
While it was a functional theory, Jack couldn't prove it. Jack also didn't have much to go on in terms of clues that connected Alan to the 2 shooting deaths. There was no suicide note. The only interesting thing that was found on Jared's body was a piece of paper that was found in one of his shoes. Handwritten on the paper was a strange string of letters and numbers. Y81 679 83N 639 8807. Jack decided to bring Alan Brown in for questioning. He was surprised that the lawyer agreed to come in, and he didn't bring his own lawyer with him.
Maybe Alan had nothing to hide.
Jack thought.
Or perhaps he's just cocky. I'm guessing you know why you're here, Mr. Brown.
Jack asked.
I could hazard a guess, Officer Leon.
It's Detective Leon, Mr. Brown. And what's your guess?
To talk about my coworker, the late but not so great Jonathan Williams.
That's right. You don't seem that upset that Jonathan's dead.
Tomorrow ain't promised to no one. Meanwhile, we go on.
Excuse me?
It's a quote from a TV show.
Oh yeah? What show?
The Wire.
Alan said with an odd smirk.
Ah, right. That HBO show. Does your profession give you much time to watch TV?
Not really. Whenever I have free time, I just stream the HBO crime shows like The Wire, Oz, The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, that type of stuff.
I see. Okay. So, where were you 4 nights ago when Mr. Williams was killed?
I was home alone in bed. As you just pointed out, Detective Leon, I don't have much time away from the office, so I sleep when I can.
It'd be nice if your firm had made you a partner. You probably wouldn't have to work as hard.
Look, I know what you're getting at, Detective Leon, but I didn't kill Jonathan over some promotion. Are you nuts?
Well, several people said you didn't get along.
That doesn't mean I killed him.
You're right. There's nothing illegal about not liking a coworker. So, why didn't you and Jonathan get along?
You come at the king, you best not miss.
What the hell does that mean?
You really should watch The Wire, Detective Leon. It's a fictional show, but I know the characters are better detectives than you.
You are avoiding my question, Mr. Brown.
Look, Jonathan and I were very different people. I didn't realize how different we really were until we were on a business trip together last year. One night, I wanted to go out and have a good time. I wanted Johnny Boy to come with me, and he didn't want to come. The next time we are at work, I'm getting chewed out by the boss over something Jonathan said I did on the trip. I didn't do it, but my boss didn't think Jonathan would lie. Luckily, I convinced my boss that I didn't do anything wrong, and I barely kept my job.
What did he tell your boss?
He claimed that I withdrew money from the company credit card to pay for, the company of a woman and for some drugs. But that never happened. Jonathan made it all up to make me look bad. You know, everyone talks about what a great guy Jonathan was, but he was really just a snake who wanted to be promoted. I gotta hand it to him, it worked. And I never saw him coming. I also would never lie to ruin someone's career. But you know, a man gotta have a code.
Is that another quote from that show?
Yes, but it's true. I wouldn't even lie to get a job, let alone kill someone.
I see.
Look, I am an incredibly busy person, Detective Leon. Is there anything else you need? Because soon I'm going to start billing you for my time, and judging by your clothes, I highly doubt you could afford to waste my time.
Okay, could we get a sample of your DNA and fingerprints?
Of course.
How about looking through your phone?
Detective Leon, I want to be helpful, but I can't let you look through my phone. I speak to clients on it, and to allow the police to have free rein to search it would be a massive violation of attorney-client privilege.
Jack accepted that, and he sent Alan off to get fingerprinted and get a sample of his DNA. Jack then sat down and reviewed what he knew about the murders and Alan's personal information. If only he could find a connection between Alan Brown and Jared Reeves, then the entire case would be solved.
If only he could find a connection between Alan Brown.
Thanks a lot for watching today's video. We'll have the answer to this video next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. An hour later, we'll have a brand new mystery. Thanks again for watching, and good luck with your investigation.